What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, everybody, check it out. If you saw the DA's office yesterday, you'll know that T just kind of threw his son on the camera, all right? Just threw his son on camera alongside me and Dante from Verbal Riot. And we had an opportunity to chop it up with this young man and ask some questions in regards to his generation, which is Generation Z. What is Gen Z looking for? What is Gen Z watching? What are they not watching? And why aren't they watching it? Are they going to theaters? Are they not going to the theaters? And why? You know, some of the stuff that Hollywood just isn't doing, they're just kind of throwing out content and they're not really taking the time to figure things out. I wanted to take the opportunity to kind of do this little makeshift interview with this young man since T just threw him out there out of nowhere. And I wanted to respond to some of the answers that he gave us. So let's go ahead and jump into this. You are the generation right now that Hollywood would love to sink their teeth into. They would love to get you into the theaters. Let me ask you, do you go to theaters? Do you go to movies a lot?
No, probably like 3-4 times a year, if that.
3-4 times a year. Think about that, everybody. We used to go to theaters like every weekend. That was my thing. Every weekend, it was me, the homie.
Every weekend.
Hey, let's go to the theaters. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's out there. All right. We didn't do. It seems like your generation doesn't even care. Why is that?
It's just not as convenient. I mean, why would I go all the way to movie theaters when I can just stream something from home in the comfort of my own bed with whatever snacks I want, whatever I want? You know, it's much more relaxed and like accessible.
Now, we all saw that answer coming. Okay, that was an easy one, that last one. All right. I think it was more shocking to me that he only goes to the movies 3 or 4 times in a single year. All right. Like we used to do this all the time coming up. Now, Gen Z, yeah, maybe 3 or 4 times a year. And that's it. And the reason is because it's not convenient. You heard him say convenient and comfort. All right. And he also said accessible. It's more accessible to get like top tier Hollywood quality entertainment at home instead of going into a theater. Back in the day, if you wanted top tier entertainment, you had to go your butt to a theater. Now, that's not the case. You can see right now on this Movie Web article, a shocking number of adults prefer streaming over watching films in theaters. And you start thinking about, okay, from a convenience standpoint, you know, Gen Z is just like, nah, I can sit at the house. All right. I can sit at the house and I can just watch whatever it is that I'm watching. And there's way more to watch than Hollywood. That's the other thing. All right. And we're going to get to that later on. Way more to watch than simply stuff coming out of Western entertainment, Hollywood, television, and so on. All right. But not only that, he said it's a comfort thing. All right. I'm at home. You know, I can eat whatever snacks I want to eat. I don't have to eat the snacks that's at the theater. I can eat my own snacks. I can go get snacks from the 99-cent store, you know, or whatever. And that's what I can do, me and the homies or my girl or whatever. And we could just chill. No, that's real talk. That's real talk. Okay, let me ask you this. What would get you to get out of your house and go to a theater? What is it that would get you to do something like that?
I think going to movies is just a lot more expensive than it used to be, where it's not, the experience you're getting isn't justified. So finding some way to make movie theaters more valuable without raising the price. Another thing that I would do is like have more movie theater exclusives. There's no point of going to movie theaters when something's going to come out on streaming services a week or 2 weeks later.
Haven't I been saying that? All right. That last point he made about the exclusivity of the stuff in theaters. Haven't I been saying that? When you start pushing content from theaters to streaming, lickety split, because you're trying to make some money back. Oh my God, we didn't make any money and now we're going to lose money. Hey, let's hurry up and get it on streaming. Okay, when you start doing that, what you're essentially doing is you are training your customers to stay at home and wait for VOD. All right, that's basically what's happening. You can see right here, Fall Guy hit digital 3 weeks after hitting theaters. All right, and this is the kind of stuff that has trained people. Oh, okay, it's a movie. Oh, it looks interesting. Hey, I might want to go and check this out. But wait a minute. Why should I go to a theater and watch this? You know, I'll sit at the crib and wait. This thing probably going to be available in a couple of weeks, maybe a month. Okay, I can wait. No big hurry. You know, that's basically what people are saying. And so that's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, because now they're not going to go into the theaters and watch this stuff once it drops. And then that just speeds up the process to get it to VOD. You know, again, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. But the other thing he mentioned was the experience. Now, check this out. They talk about the future of movie going is premium experiences. But even he was saying, yo, I'm not getting my money's worth for these experiences. Okay, I'm not getting my money's worth. I'm spending a lot of money. And at the end of the day, it's like, It's just a movie. I could watch a movie at home. Okay. I could watch something. I could stream something that I haven't seen before. I could get whatever snacks and everything else that I want to get. So what's the experience? It's not like it was when, we were younger. Gen X, we didn't have like the fancy CGI. Like that's something that you absolutely went to the theaters to get. All right. This amazing experience, like something like on an IMAX screen or some big screen where you had the CGI, like in something like Jurassic Park, like that original Jurassic Park. Yo, we hadn't seen anything like that before. All right. Or some of the stuff that you would see in Star Wars or in some of the other sci-fi, but like we hadn't seen anything like that. T2, we hadn't seen anything like that. We didn't get that kind of an experience in terms of, like amazing special effects and sounds. We didn't have that at the crib. At the crib, we had, a little regular television. Some people had some decent sounds, but nothing like what you have right now in theaters and what you have right now pretty much across the board everywhere else. You can have an amazing sound system. You can have amazing visuals. You can have a 70-inch television sitting on your wall. You can have video games. Video games have amazing CGI, amazing graphics. So it's not like you're getting something unique and different when you go to a theater that we used to get. We used to get amazing graphics, amazing CGI, amazing visual effects that you just didn't get with your regular run-of-the-mill video games or television that you watched at home. You just didn't have that. We were still using VHS tapes back then. And VHS, I mean, it was the movie, but the sound quality wasn't so hot, and neither was the picture. But see, now you can get all of that and you can get it at home. So why am I going to the theater to pay for that experience? I'm not. And so what experience are you offering me outside of, I guess, IMAX or maybe some recliner seats? Okay, yeah, I can recline at home, okay? I can do this same thing at home. What are you getting? Somebody bringing food to you? Again, I can get that at home. And the food is cheaper, okay? Hey, kid, bring me a beer. Hey, give me some beer and some popcorn and blah, 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 blah. All right. Hey, somebody brought food to my seat. Thanks, kid. Yeah, get lost. And I'm about to watch this movie. And that's it. So again, what experience are the theaters going to offer the movie-going public to get them back in? Gen Z is like, yo, there's nothing for us here. All right? And look, I can take the amount of money. You think about spending money on a date. I'm spending maybe $25-$30 on tickets alone. All right. Just for the tickets, I'm spending 30. And then I'm spending another 30 on the snacks, on the drinks, the popcorn or whatever. All right. I'm spending another 30 on that for me and my girl to have a drink and the popcorn and maybe a snack with that or a candy. And then the money that it took to get there and the gas. All right. You're talking about, $60, $70 experience for what? For a movie that might suck and might not be any good anyway? It's like, man, I'll stay at home. Hey, baby, we going to stay at home. We going to watch something on Netflix. And then after this thing is done on Netflix, the money that we had, that we saved by not going to the theaters, we'll take that money and we'll do something else. That's basically what Gen Z is deciding to do. And let me ask you this. What, in terms of content, like, what do you rock with right now? What is the thing that you like tune into? What do you watch on television? What do you watch on movies? Like, what are you watching?
I watch a lot of anime. I watch a lot of anime and superhero stuff, honestly. Okay. I've come up with a lot of like the newer Marvel stuff because it's honestly just an information like dump. There's too many different shows that you have to watch, so you can understand the movies, and you have to watch all these movies so you can understand these shows. It just is a weird cycle. Yeah. So I haven't been keeping up with that, but a lot of anime, honestly.
Yep. So a lot of anime. All right. A lot of anime. I mean, this is an article on Polygon. Anime is huge. Here's the numbers to prove it. All right. And yeah, let me go straight to the generation that we're talking about. Who watches anime weekly? All right. 3% boomers, 12% Gen X, 25% millennials, 42% Gen Z. And again, Hollywood is losing their audience to anime and the Eastern entertainment in general, but they are losing their audience. More Gen Z, and I mean, what's Gen Alpha going to be doing, okay? Gen Alpha is probably going to be in the 50%, if not the 60s, all right, in terms of how much anime they watch. It again, and why is it that they're watching a lot of anime? Is because they're not doing things that are unique, that are different, that are original. They haven't connected to your generation like anime has connected to your generation. And it's because it's not new, it's not interesting, it's not unique, it's a lot of remakes, right?
Absolutely. I was just going to say that, yes. there's nothing new. It's just like, oh, do you want to see the same Cinderella story, but we changed the actress's ethnicity? Do you want to watch the same like this, but we tweaked their backstory slightly, where it's like it's not a different story.
We had brought this up on the DA's office as well. 40 years ago, both Gremlins and Ghostbusters premiered in theaters on the same day. I want y'all to think about that, all right? Two classic, amazing films, Gremlins and Ghostbusters, both dropping in theaters, both on the same day. And neither are reboots, remakes, sequels, prequels, none of that, okay? Brand new, original content. They don't do it like this anymore. They don't have it like this anymore. But look, when they had something like this, Barbie and Oppenheimer, look what happened, all right? Look what happened with Barbie and Oppenheimer, blew the doors off the theaters. And you know, people just flocked in and couldn't do. That's what Hollywood needs to get back to. And again, that's part of the reason why he's checked out. You heard what he said about Marvel. Marvel's just an info dump, all right? Marvel's just dumping information. It's just content. That's what I've said in the past. It's just content to watch. Content related to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you know, and he's like, I mean, it's just an info dump, you know? Instead of actually giving us a compelling story and compelling characters, they're just dropping information. Here you go. Watch this thing, all right? It's got the Marvel Cinematic. It's got Marvel Studios at the beginning. And, I mean, how are you ever supposed to get down with that? So, in my opinion, just again, listening to T Jr., Hollywood is taking its audience for granted, all right? We kind of already knew that, but it's nice to hear him say that. Basically, yeah, you guys have nothing for us, all right? So, we're going to go ahead and check out of this. We're not going to go to the theaters and watch this trash, all right? That's the other thing. It's like, you know, we got into it, but not as deep as I wanted to, into the content itself that's being made, all right? A lot of the content isn't even that good. You know, so it's like, okay, bad content, all right, number one. Number two, it's not exclusive. It's too expensive to go to theaters, all right? You know, and it's not a great experience on top of that, all right? And then it's more convenient for me to stay at home. There's better things. There's better options at home, all right? I didn't even get into the YouTube stuff with them because that's what my kids get into a lot of. They get into a lot of YouTube as well as anime. So I was like, yo, Gen Z is all the way out. And I don't think Hollywood's going to get these guys back until they start delivering on some of the goods. So Hollywood, if you're watching, you might want to pay attention to T Jr. because he represents the demographic that you can't touch. All right. You guys have no access to these guys. These guys have checked all the way out. You have trained them to stay at home instead of going to theaters to get your experience. And your experience isn't even that good. And it's expensive to boot. You know, so and again, will Hollywood pay attention? Probably not. All right. Probably not. But we all know what's up. All right. And look, we all kind of knew this anyway, but it's nice to hear it coming from somebody in that particular generation. That was really refreshing to hear. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think about this situation. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.